humans are meant to live in this world, not use this world to our own advantage.
That's a very good point. We're here to spiritualize matter. And as we continue to grow more and be more aware of each other, when we add that kind of kindness to matter, to things that aren't exactly breathing, but also the things that are the physical world, anything in this physical world, as well as the astral and mental realms, those are very much connected to this world. It's all one big ball of wax. If you die and you were a jerk when you were alive and you continue to be a jerk in the astral realm and become a whatever or this or that, there's karma for that too. You don't get away with it. You don't get to be a jerk ghost and bother people and disrupt their life and not have to pay for it. I don't know quite how that works, but I know it's true.
That's actually a good thing, or we'd have all these jerk ghosts running around.
Some people say we do. I mean, who knows?
So how do we calm ourselves down?
Oh, there's so many meditative breathing techniques. I'm currently practicing the 4-7-8 one. It is helping me a lot because of the PTS. I don't have the D, but the post-traumatic stress that I endured at certain times in my life, that I am reactionary when certain external stimuli reminds me of that time, and I'm not even aware that's what I'm doing. So that technique specifically is you breathe in for 4 counts, you hold it for 7, and breathe out for 8. And then I'll take a deep breath and let go of it. And if I do that for 3 times, it starts calming me. What you are doing when you want to calm yourself, you're wanting to calm the brain, the neurotransmitters that are ramped up. If you start doing that, you've got dopamine, GABA, serotonin, testosterone, all ramping up, wanting to freeze, flight, and fight. But what we want to do is to create a sense of a neurological safety, and it's all the brain, because the brain will direct the body. And deep, deep within the brain, the limbic system, that is the emotional center. That's where I joke and say the enemies of humanity are gravity and emotions. And more on that later. But calming ourselves is all about the emotions. What I know about the Tier 1 operators is they learn a lot of those techniques. They are very, very calm in stressful situations. And that's what's different about them. I couldn't identify that with my husband and his friends. I thought, these guys, there's just something different. And I finally realized it's because they can be presented with an external stressor and they get calmer. They know, they have trained themselves. Their neurology kicks in. When you train to do something, you will do that in times of stress. But most of us out there, we have a stress and we react the way we have always. It can be running in the cave to get away from the 5,000-pound dinosaur, whatever. We still have that limbic system. The reptilian brain is still part of our freeze, flight, and fight. And I think what will happen over time, I don't know how many thousands of years, pick one, but I think that'll be greatly reduced and we will learn what is happening now in the world, more meditative ways, more calming ways, more kindness. I like guided meditation. Now, to get me to sit down and do that, you think? So I have to train myself to say at a certain time every day or night, I will lay down, put my feet up, and I will do a guided meditation. But that's me. That helps me. Other people like traditional meditation, TM, they like the Om. There are plenty of ways to learn to calm ourselves. And you can't just think, I'm going to be calm. Because we have those same neurotransmitters jumping up and firing when something happens. We have to redo the brain. You have to protect your time, in my understanding, From the minute you get up, I think you've heard me talk about when I get up in the morning, I don't even listen to myself. I'm ridiculous. Oh my God. The stuff that goes through my head. And I don't think I'm different than anybody else, really, except nobody else needs to know what's going through my head. So to take about 5 or 10 minutes of doing some breathing and calming in that way to reset the neurology. And you have to do the best way to do that is to have a routine. I think to have something that when you get up, you do the same things for about 10 or 15, 20 minutes. You're not looking at your phone, you're not looking at media, but you have time to reset your brain because you have been in a sleep state for what, 4 to 12 hours? I don't know how long people sleep. And your mind has been on the astral realm, your emotional body, excuse me, has been in the astral realm, probably. Maybe your mind, maybe you've been in the mental realm, I don't know. But you haven't been here. Haven't been here. So forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for that and go, okay, I need something to reset. It's like taking your clock when the power is out and you have to reset the time. So you get an opportunity every morning of practicing a way to reset your brain. Then, when stressful things happen, you will start to respond and get calmer. You will get calm because a calm person controls the whole situation. And you will help other people because you will be calm. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. And it's surprising how much breathing can change how you feel. We're breathing all the time, so we don't think it's something we need to practice, but we're not aware of how we're breathing.
Yeah, I'm not a doctor, as I say all the time, but there's something about the cardiac muscle. It's the muscle that it doesn't stop beating. You don't want it to stop beating because there's consequences for that, but that's a muscle. And as you age, your cardiac muscle, if it's not exercised and given the proper nutrition, it will get hard and non elastic. So that muscle has to be exercised in certain ways. I'm not telling you to do that. Go to your doctor for God's sake, get some program. But that is what I understand we have to do. You know, they say that sitting is the new smoking. There's another funny thing that they say that we're supposed to do that too. When I'm sitting doing art for 10 hours, I have to remember to get up and
Yeah,
move.
exactly.
But we,
Your that
just
body.
as Yes, just as we have to move that cardiac muscle, we have to move our emotional muscle, that one that just wants to react to everything that happens that bothers us. Some things we won't react to. One person's crisis is another person's heaven. That can be true too. But to find out what your triggers are, I'll give you an example. For me, my trigger is if I think a crisis is coming and I can't do anything about it. I'll do the girl thing of worrying, trying to get ready. But I have lived in those real world situations. I've lived in battle zone situations. So my neurology and my nervous system is primed to wait for that to happen again. So I have had to take specific measures and ways of redoing my neurology to go, well, isn't that silly? What are you doing? That's ridiculous. You have to talk yourself out of stuff too. But you can't talk your mind, your brain out of it if the brain hasn't been exercised. There are so many teachers, techniques, oh my God, on the internet, books, classes, any sort of thing you might find. Find what works for you because there's a lot of stuff that will not work for you. Why is that? Because you are your unique self. And your experiences, you are allowed to have likes and dislikes. And I guarantee you, life does not get easier, it gets harder. but we get better at handling it.